Good morning. It's day 7. What? We did it. We went 7 days with our starter. And today was the first morning I have seen some growth. You see that? It's just slightly above the rubber band, but it is above it. So this is the first day that I have noticed that. And I'm pretty excited. So one of the questions that you may have as you're going through this process is, how do you know if your starter is active? How do you know once it's mature, right? Once it gets to that age, to a certain age, as they say, right? And it's when it really doubles. So we've only just begun, but really within the next couple of days, this should start doubling. And so that's why the rubber band really helps. If you haven't put one on yet, I would suggest by day 7 that you do so. And when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed at night, depending upon which feeding does it, right, you're going to see it practically double. That's how you know your starter is mature and active and ready. You're going to hear my oven preheat in a second, because yesterday I used Giuseppe, I'm trying to be very careful here, to make our next loaf of sandwich bread. And I think it's slightly overproofed here because it's kind of like fallen off the edge. It hasn't even gone in the oven yet. But if you can see how uneven this is, these are like big sourdough bubbles in here. Hopefully this will rise a little bit. But I left it out on the counter last night to proof because our house is pretty chilly and I thought it would be okay. But I think it's slightly overproofed. No big deal. So once that beeper goes off, I've got to get this in the oven. But let's go ahead and take half away and feed again. Oh, there it is. Nice big bubbles. It's definitely got the more looser consistency. It's not as gummy. I'm going to go to 45. By this point, I'm hoping this process is fairly second nature now, right? Now that you've been doing it for a full week, you understand how to feed, you understand how to discard. Hopefully this has become a little bit more routine and understandable, right? And this isn't like confusing and not knowing what to do. Again, at this point, and from now on, I'd recommend just scraping the sides down of your jar, because it's important that you are able to see the level, right? So I'm going to get my rubber band on. There we go. And I'm just going to put it on top of my stove because it's nice and warm, obviously, from the oven being on. And we'll feed again tonight. Hopefully I see some more growth later today. That's the goal. And if so, I'll share it with you. See you later.